What's up, everyone? Welcome back. Hope you guys are doing great and staying safe, staying healthy. Today we are going to create this effect. Alright, I'm in the After Effects. Before creating this effect, I just wanted to clear a few things about this effect. This is not some kind of advanced technique that I'm going to use. In fact, it is the most simplest and the most easiest way that you can create this effect. So I have created this effect to give the look we have seen in the movies like Twilight and other vampire movies, or we have seen the Quicksilver. I'm not using this for the flash effect. I don't want to, because in that case I will have to create the lightning as well. For now we will stick to this basic, and this will be used in this effect, as well as there are a lot of applications for this effect, and I'm going to use just few plugins and nothing complicated. And the tutorial level, I will call this as intermediate, because this is the basic tutorial and you just have to adjust few settings. I will be creating a basic framework and you can follow me along, or you can use your own different settings. You will understand the implications of this effect, where we can use this plugin or where we can combine these plugins. So without wasting your time, let's start. So first of all, I'm going to create a new composition. But before creating a new composition, let me first import my footage that I want to use in this tutorial. You can simply go to the file and import, or you can simply double click in the project window and select the video footage which you want to import. Now I'm going to simply drag and drop this on the new composition. So this composition is exactly the same length as my footage, and then I'm going to adjust the footage. Obviously I will be taking the part that we don't need. I'll be deleting that. So this is where I want to start my footage. So take the cursor there and press B on the keyboard, and this is where I want this footage to end, and press the N on the keyboard. Now right click on this and select trim comp to work area. Now this is my footage. This is all I have here. I'll be working on only this footage. The second footage that you saw, that is almost similar. So the basic idea will be given from this footage, and you can use that in multiple scenarios then. So let's first pre-compose our footage. Simply right click, pre-compose, move all the attributes, and then you can name it anything you want. So I'm going to simply name it time remap and press OK. Now let's select our time remap composition and right click on this footage, go to time, and then enable time remap. Okay, so we have time remapped our layer. About time remapping, we are going to learn in the next video, because time remapping is one of the most fascinating and most powerful features in the After Effects, which has so many uses. I'll be explaining what actually time remap is and how it helps us. Alright, now our layer is time remap. Another thing you need to keep in mind, this is very important. You will have to use the tripod. Your footage should not be shaky, it should not move that much, it should not change that much. So I want this to move slowly till that line. Then after that line, which is on the road, I want this to go very fast. Move the marker to that point, and then I'm going to insert a keyframe there. Now I'm going to move a little bit further. You can switch from keyframe to keyframe by either pressing J or K. So I'm going to move ahead and insert another keyframe there. I want to increase the speed. As I said, I want this to come slowly till that line, but after that line I want this to be very swift. I'm going to move this keyframe by pressing the Alt and drag it closer to the keyframe that I inserted earlier, I mean the second keyframe. So I want my second and third keyframes closer, so the a layer is moving fast. Now you can see the speed has increased. Select all these keyframes and right click on them, keyframe assistant, easy ease. Now that transition is smooth from slow to fast, we will be working on our effects. Now let's search for an effect known as CC Wide Time. Simply drag and drop it on our time remap layer. Now you will see what happens. It kind of gives us iteration over the time, different iterations. It's like different things are happening at the different time intervals. So it gives that feel of echo. I was planning to use the echo effect as well to give it more realistic touch, but this will also suffice. So what we are going to do is we are going to adjust the forward steps as well as backward steps. As we know, till the black line on this or that partition on the road, it will be moving slow. Then after that, it's going to increase the speed. So when it increases the speed, I want this to leave a kind of trail, like it's moving in a blurry speed. There's some kind of shadow following it. So to do that, we have to adjust the forward steps and the backward steps. So let's animate the forward steps and the backward steps, and we don't want them to start abruptly. We want them to start from maybe 0 to up to 20, maybe 50. We're going to adjust that. So at the keyframe where it starts to move fast, we are going to first insert or animate our first forward and backward step keyframe. As you can see, it's vanishing after slowly moving into the picture, and then it's vanishing. So I can make different adjustments, different settings in the forward steps and the backward steps. This is actually pretty much we are going to do. I have used the CC Force motion blur that actually forces the frames that are in the motion to be blurred. So that's why I use that to create more realistic effect. So when we increase the forward steps, it will increase the frames, or it will increase your uh, in this case I'm running, so it will increase my iterations in the forward position, and if you increase the backward steps, it will follow you in the backward. So that is how you can create this effect. So simply choose all these keyframes. You can reveal the keyframes by pressing U key on the keyboard, and then select all these keyframes, right click, keyframe assistant, and easy ease. So you can keep on adjusting these forward steps and the backward steps. And as I said, to make it more realistic and to make it more convincing, I would recommend you guys to use CC Force motion blur, and trust me, that's going to take this effect to next level. But that's for you guys to do, so I want you guys to try it yourself and share the results with me. That will be awesome. And you can request if there are any kind of other effects that you want to learn, or if there are any requests, you can comment, and I'll be glad to oblige. This is the most easiest effect, as I had earlier said, that this is so easy that you don't even need to do any kind of advanced setting. Only the footage should be stable, and then you just have to drag and drop the effect on the footage, and you have to adjust the time remap. That's it. So pretty much the effect that will be created within 5 to 10 minutes, and it doesn't take that much juice from your system. It can be rendered easily. Now to make it more realistic, we can enable the motion blur, and we can also enable the native motion blur of the effect, and this will give it a more realistic feel, like something blurry is moving in the air. But don't use that much blur, because it might actually erase our footage. You may find that footage has vanished in the air, but we don't want that. So for that reason, that's why we are going to use CC Force Motion Blur, which I'm not going to use in this tutorial. You can use that by yourself and you can check the results. Pretty much they will be different, and that will make a lot of difference. My goal was to show you how this easy and quick tutorial can help you create some better effects. And it's not just this tutorial, you can use it in almost so many situations. So we are going to explore that in the coming videos. Don't forget to subscribe and share, comment, like, and if you have any suggestions you can mention those as well. You can make further adjustments to these settings to backward and forward steps and choose it according to your need in whatever way you will be comfortable. So it's not a big deal, you can try different settings. It's not, there is no hard and fast rule that you have to use this many iterations or these many steps, backward steps or the forward steps. You can use 0 backward steps, you can use 20 forward steps, you can use 0 forward steps and 20 backward steps. Mostly I would recommend to use the backward steps in the higher quantity and use the forward steps in the lower quantity. So in that way it looks actually more convincing. So hope you guys like this tutorial, and see you in the next tutorial with some other effect. Till then, take care and be safe.